But let's also get a sense that amidst this market, firstly, let's understand that how is the global setup looking like, as well as what are the key takeaways from the global markets. And for that, we are being joined by Anurag Singh, who is the managing partner of Unset Capital. Hi, Anurag. Good to be speaking with you. Firstly, give us a sense that what's been shaping up in the global markets, and especially US, because there are indeed recessionary fears. But other than that, it's the CPI data that is cooling off. Give us your reading and sense on that where are the US markets headed, taking cues from all of the data that is happening on the macro front.
Srishti, morning. So look, CPI came in good, I think, and I'm of the view that with the efficient cutting of the government spending that this government is doing along with the Dodge effort, eventually I think we have seen the peak of the inflation already, right? So from here, I think if there was one worry that if inflation will cool down or prove to be sticky, it's now reasonably sure that inflation is now not the worry, right? The worry is moving more towards the recession side, but certainly not on the inflation side. So that front, the news is good. But that said, of course, there is a whole set of worries that the market is now thinking about.
Anurag, the grain of the truth here is that the US macro data now seems to be deteriorating, which is earnings, the GDP growth, unemployment data, even for that matter, inflation. I mean, the way inflation's come out, it is for me an indication of pricing power going away. It is not an indication that, things are normalizing. So is the best behind the US economy? If the best is behind the US economy, are we in for another, change of guard from Fed? I look at Fed and I say, kya ho raha hai yaar? Every quarter they come out and they change their view.
I know, seriously. So Nikunj,
look, Fed kya ho gaya, Anurag? I mean, this used to be the Fed which used to look up and say, oh my God, it's the ultimate gospel.
I know. So look, let me give you the way I read it. Look, I understand there's no clarity in the markets and you can take either direction, right? But let me give you, in terms of macro data, so far has not deteriorated, okay? It's all anticipation that it will deteriorate, right? Inflation is cooling down a bit, but other than that, the data points are reasonably high. In terms of GDP, Atlanta Fed and New York Fed are showing negative projections because the imports they've tried to front run the tariffs. But that's not a slowing in the economy per se. As long as the unemployment, which is 4.1, as long as people hold the jobs, it is very difficult to make a case that the economy will slow down. So that's on the GDP front, but we'll see what happens. In terms of earnings, Nikunj, this is the interesting and why the market is taking a correction. Every company is beating the numbers on Q4, but they're giving a weaker or a very cautionary guidance. And that's when the market's correct. And all the revisions from the analysts and everything for Q1, Q2, the earning revisions are, the projections are being downgraded. It's not that the actual earnings are low, but the projections are that, well, in this environment, how do you really beat that? So that's where we are, because I understand it's, being US, we could have managed it much better than the way it is. But of course, there's no Trump put in the market. And I don't know, people are wondering if there is a Fed put in hold this time. We'll figure out on 19th. So that's where we are. It's complex. There are no clear answers.
But we know that the clear answer is that today is Thursday, tomorrow is Holi, and markets are not working. That clear answer we have. All right, my friend, happy Holi. Yeah. Did you play Holi in Chicago?
Well, I avoided Holi even in India. So out here, it's very easy to avoid. So I don't.
Okay, don't avoid the sweets. Don't avoid the sweets. As long as you eat the sweets, don't play the colors. It's okay.
Of course. If I play, I'll play green. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So avoid the holy colors if you want, but don't avoid the sweets.
Yeah, of course. Sure.
Thank you.
Happy Holi to you.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.